You know, you may not be the best art director in the world, or the best writer, or the best racing car driver, but you can be the best that you can be. And I think everyone has a duty to be the best that they can be.
I think if I were giving advice to a young, creative person, or any creative person, and they're going to present me with art direction that they've worked on, I think the most important thing is be ready to talk to me, tell me about it, sit down and spend time explaining where the references come from, why it's designed like it is, what relevance it has to the brand, to the message that we're trying to put across, so that I can relay that to the client and I completely understand where they've come from.
Toujours apprécier les gens assez joyeux, assez humoristiques, mais aussi les gens très précis, qui savaient bien ce qu'ils voulaient. Et quand on travaille ensemble, on voit bien si quelqu'un est précis, avec des petits détails, si on est en accord avec ça. Et j'aime bien ces personnalités.
If they could just be open to looking at photography and putting that time aside to just having a look at it and realising what a great medium it is, and that it isn't all about TV and commercials, and that you can have a truly amazing print shoot.
I would say to an art director, there's never too much you can't tell someone when you're briefing them. Basically share what's been said before and what is in your head and the history of the creative process.
The one piece of advice would be not to copy stuff that you may see in D&Ad annuals. In my experience, all the lesser talented art directors would perhaps reach for the D&Ad annual, not for motivation, but to copy things, to plagiarise. And I would say that that would be my bit of advice, is just not to do that.
If you want to use people that are creative, as illustrators, filmmakers, photographers, anything, you've got to give them the space to actually work in the way they want to work. I mean, I don't like to think, oh, I'm really creative, or I just document, and I love doing what I do, and people, in fact, fortunately, people like it, so I'm very fortunate in that, and I can make a living out of that, and I do my best when I'm allowed to do that.
It always helps if you understand why an art director's made something look in a certain way, and I think a capman should ask. They should definitely ask why. Why does it look like this? Why have you taken this approach? Whether it's at layout stage or the photograph itself, because you've got it. I mean, more often than not now, the creative will have a relationship with the client, and it will have been discussed before, and it'll have been pre-produced and pre-produced, and so it's not like in the old days where there'll be a massive surprise, but that often is, especially at concept stage when you're trying to sell something.
I don't hire you to do what you did last year. I hire you to do something you're going to do next year, which is totally different to anything you've ever done before.
Belief in where true creativity comes from, and great art direction, writing, anything comes from, which it comes from a very deep place inside all of us, which is truly amazingly creative, that is unlimited, boundless, and just blissful, really. And when you've got it right.